In my excitement, I forgot to mention the Staff of Power. Staves of Power are immediately familiar to most spellcasters, and are almost icons of arcane study. The inherent utility of such staves has resulted in many being crafted or commissioned, and specific histories are usually lost in the crowd. Now, for those curious, no, you cannot mass-produce items at this place. The game will not allow it. If you try, nothing happens. So, for those wondering if I could make dozens of wands of lightning, or staves of power, or rings of elemental resistance, no, I cannot. Sadly. I wish I could, for I would then sell them and buy what I required. But no. Unfortunately, I cannot. So, let's go to the Temple of Tyr here in Port Last. Makes me wonder, everywhere, well, I say everywhere, both Port Last and here have Temples of Tyr. What of the other gods? I mean, there are dozens of gods out there. A lot of them are good as well. What about Helm? Why was there no Church of Helm in Neverwinter? Just things like that. Curious to see what cities and principalities worship what gods. It's interesting. Nurik, welcome to the Tyrian Temple. Tell me, are you here for Tyr's services, or perhaps the Lady Luck herself has guided you to us in these dark days? Have you need then, my brother? I shall help you however I am able. I simply wish to make a purchase here, good sir. Or rather, sell you some things as well. Cloak of Protection versus Evil, for sure. As well as the Staff of Power. It's useful, sure. But, you know. Magic Missile, Fireball, Ray of Enfeeblement. Eh. Raised Dead cannot be used in this version of the game. Prayer Beads I cannot use, period. Get rid of that. And that. And this. Getting a fair amount of money here, which is good. Don't need a lot of these. I will destroy that spirit poison in a moment. For that can go. I'm having inventory problems. It wouldn't be Krael's adventure without an inventory catastrophe. Let's buy up to 5 healer's kits just for good measure. They weigh half a pound each, but they're just really, really powerful. I'll also sell the Staff of Curing. It's got 3 charges left, and I think I'd rather have the 500 gold for stuff. Yeah. Also, for inventory space, I'm running low. Need to store my books if I can. Actually, here I can do this. Sort of optimize things a bit. Like so. Good. There's a space there for a book. There's a space there for a book. Perfect. Alrighty then, now I have this. Letter to Vardock. Perfect, there we go. Alright, now we're fine. Yes, the key. Where can I put that key? Here we go. I'll have to sit down and remove all of these things at some point. Go through the list. Phantasma Killer is not for me. It's not Krael's style, really. It's not quite a spell for him. It was a little too malignant there. I think we're done for this now. I don't think I'll need Lesser Spell Breach Scroll. I'll keep the Summon Creature and Dominate Person, though, for now. Follow me, Sir Dalen.
I shall do as you ask.
We'll have to give some information to Aribeth to Tilmarand and Aaron again. Aribeth first, see how she's doing.
I am pleased to see that you remain safe, my friend. Lord Nasher tells me he is confident of your success, though I do worry at the danger in which you place yourself.
It's quite alright.
Have you yet discovered any new information on the cult?
I have, but first, you said I should ask you how you became a cleric.
I
Or
did
paladin.
say that, didn't I? Are you sure you wish to hear the tale? It is not an exciting one, and I would not wish to bore you.
No, I want to hear it.
As you wish. Do not complain later, however, if you find the tale does not live up to your expectations. I am, after all, no bard.
Oh, come now, it's not that bad.
Where should I begin? My family lived in a human village in the wild lands of the northern mountains, and I once longed for nothing more than to be a skilled hunter, as my father was. The village was destroyed when the orcs massed and attacked the Southlands. My family was killed, though I survived. For years I thought of little but wreaking bloody vengeance upon the orcs. I stalked the crags with my bow, mercilessly killing all I crossed.
Curious, that does not sound like you at all.
Indeed, I was much different then. My vengeance consumed me, and I dealt death at every turn, but I had no peace. On the 5th winter of my hunt, I stalked an orc tribe deep into the spine of the world, and encountered a blizzard so terrible I could do naught but camp and pray. The blizzard was merciless and lasted days, and as I lay dying in the snow and wind, I spotted a human man approaching. I thought I was mad. He was tall and strong, though I noticed he was missing his right hand. The cold did not seem to affect him, and he looked down at me kindly and picked me up from the snow without effort.
Really? A tall man with no right hand. Did he have his eyes?
I remembered nothing beyond that. When I awoke, I found myself at a small Ilmitary monastery near the city of Silvery Moon. The monks told me I had nearly died.
Ilmater, god of mercy. Part of the trio with Torm and Tyr. The man who saved you. Was it Tyr?
I have often thought him thus. An avatar of the maimed god himself. Though perhaps that is presumptuous of me.
Well, when it comes to gods and demons, who can really say of their actions or motivations?
Whoever he was, the Ilmitary monks had not seen him bring me, and I never saw him again. Or perhaps I should say, I never saw him in person.
Oh?
He came to me time and time again in my dreams for many months afterwards, telling me that my vengeance would bring no true justice. I refused him at first, determined to return to my bloody hunt. The dreams came more frequently, and the man grew more stern with me. The path lay elsewhere, I was told, and reluctantly I left the mountains and came to Neverwinter and entered the service of Tyr. The dreams never came again.
What happened then?
Tyr's clerics took me in, and over time I learned their ways and grew to admire the maimed god. I chose to champion justice instead as his paladin, and found peace at long last.
Indeed so.
My dedication saw me rise through the ranks, and it was much later that I encountered the young acolyte Fenthic, and knew that I had found my true path at last.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to sadden you.
No, I thank you. Thank you for listening to my tale. You have been a great comfort to me.
Well, I'm happy to help.
I am glad that you have come to work for Lord Nasher. You have so many admirable qualities, he could not be better served.
Well, I've also had a lot of help along the way.
I would be glad to call you a friend. Tyr only knows that finding a friend in times like these is difficult enough. I hope you feel the same.
I do, in fact. Always good to have more friends.
I am glad, my friend. Let us return to the subject of your mission, then.
Indeed, I have some information on the cult that I think you might find interesting.
This is good news. What have you discovered?
Read this letter.
So, the cult sought to strike at you again. And this time they have given themselves away in the process. Well done.
Thank you.
This information confirms it then. The cult is located within Luskan. Excellent work. You have justified Lord Nasher's faith in you and more. You will need to get into Luskan and enter the host tower itself. Speak to Eren. Hopefully he will have some ideas on how you can go about this.
Can I expect some help? Will you or the other mercenaries be coming with me?
Both Eren and I will join you in Luskan, of course. Eren will be there to help you enter the tower. As for me, I have other plans.
Very well, I'll do my best.
Go then and speak to Eren. I hope that... I wish... No, never mind. Be safe.
Thank you. That last statement was curious. My good spy master.
I understand that you have found information pinpointing the cult within Luskan. That is good. I believe I have found a way inside the city.
Do tell, sir.
An old friend of mine is a sergeant who works the city gates. I have convinced him that the plague is no longer a threat, and as a favor, he has agreed to allow my agents and I into the city.
Very good.
I will give your description to him, so he will allow you entry. Aribeth and I shall be moving our base of operations to Luskan, so we will meet you there.
This friend of yours, are you sure he will let me into the city?
I am quite confident, yes. He does not have the power to let us back out, however.
Ah.
Once we are inside Luskan, we are inside for good, and cannot return to Port Last.
What are you and Aribeth going to do in Luskan?
I will be attempting to find you a way into the host tower, of course, so you can explore your lead further. Aribeth insists on coming to Luskan as well. I believe she feels a strong need to see this through, to take vengeance for what happened to Fenthic. I shall not deny her.
Seems a risky path for a paladin, but I'm in no position to question her either. I am a lowly subordinate. Regardless, how will you get me into the host tower?
I am not completely sure just yet. Seek me out in Luskan when you arrive, and hopefully I will have a plan for you then.
Very well.
Aribeth and I shall begin moving our base to the Temple of Tyr within Luskan.
What?
Once you get inside the city, meet us there.
I'm sorry, I find some hilarious irony in the fact that the city of pirates and scoundrels has a temple to the god of justice. I find some sick irony in that. Please continue.
Remember to finish up any loose ends you have, and to take what companions and gear you need before going to Luskan. You will not be able to leave the city once you enter.
I understand.
Go then, and do what you must. I wish you success.
I'll meet you in Luskan shortly then. For now, let's go pick up some supplies. There is a... He did say Temple of Tyr, which again I find hilarious, but I suspect I can probably buy medicinal supplies there if I need to. But in case I can't, let's get back to 10 potions and 10 healer's kit, just in case something catastrophic happens. I think it's made up a word. Regardless, purchase for me. Give me 5 more healer's kits. And some more potions of cure critical wounds. They're a little expensive, I admit, but it's very worthwhile. If I could make them myself, I would. Potions of heal are expensive, though, with almost 2,000 gold each. It's a little much for my pockets. That's a fascinating ring, though I like mine a bit better. My rings are powerful. Alrighty, Dalen. You are barely injured. But, again, he's definitely well enough to travel. I think even without Eren's help, I'll wager Fog could get into the city. I don't know about myself or Dalen, but Fog could. I think she could do it. Alright then. Head north past the Green Griffin Inn. Hello, Gerald and Leah. Don't mind me. Dalen? With me? Yeah. I'm not going to cast any defensive spells, but I am alert for an ambush. Largely because I don't want to approach the Luskanite guard fully amped up with magic spells at the ready. I suspect that would give the wrong impression. I'm not here to invade. So best to not show up with a small contingency of Armageddon spells, if I can help it. I can see the gate from here in the shadows. Where are the guards? There's the Luskan sergeant. Hail, sir.
Hello.
Huh. I can't believe Aaron. I can believe Aaron when he says you're some kind of hero, my lord. You do look the type. Luskan's a mighty dangerous place to walk into, however. Are you sure you know what you're doing? Why? What's going on, Luskan? Fighting, and lots of it. The High Captains are at war, and they have been for weeks now. Luskan's just about torn apart. I'm sure you're full of questions, but I can't really chat. I promised Aaron a favor, and I'll do it. So do you want inside or not? Yes, let me inside. Alright. The gates are open for you now. Just remember, I can't let you back out once you're in. Make sure you have everything you need, you hear? Very well. Dalen, you with me? Ready to go? Alright. Luskan. I've lost a fair few items. Wow. I lost a lot of items. Various things that no longer hold use. Alright. I'm not gonna get involved. I know. Stranger in a strange land. I just gonna move along. The Cutlass sounds like a cute pirate tavern name to me. Fascinating. I don't know what that was about, but were-rats and someone in bronze, I'm just pretend like I saw nothing. It's probably for the safest. Let's just get into the tavern here, off the streets. The streets seem like a bad place to be. This is nice. Tag, you're it, huh? Okay, this is far more peaceful than I thought. Are you the innkeeper, good sir?
Hey, what?
Greetings, my lord. Have you come to find refuge at the Cutlass Inn like most of the other folk? Business has been poor since the High Captain sealed the gates and docks, so I'm more pleased to welcome you. The fighting mostly bypasses my inn, since it's fairly safe if you wish to stay. Supplies have been scarce, but I'll serve you the best I can.
Who are you?
The name's Aribeth Thunderfist, if you must know. I'd be the proprietor of this inn, although it's not much to look at with the way things are. Normally we'd be bustling with all sorts of sailor folk and other travelers that would come through the city. At the moment, all I've got are locals who are taking refuge from the fighting. We got a few meager rooms available still and some watered-down ale, but not much besides. That's more than most have, however.
How much are your rooms, Sir Aribeth?
Oh, sorry, I'd like to accommodate you, but the inn is packed to the rafters with refugees as it is.
Very well. Could I ask you a few questions then?
I suppose there's no harm in it. What would you like to know?
Well, let's go to the list then. Just what is going on in Luskan anyway?
Oh, that's the big question, ain't it? The High Captains have been fighting for weeks now, each trying to kill each other. They've gone completely crazy, I've heard he's trying to take power in the city for himself. Half the city been burned down between all the fighting. The pirates in Mirabar have completely blockaded the area. Word is that the High Captain's got sorcerers summoning monsters to fight for them. It's been complete chaos.
Wow. Do you know how the fighting, do you know how it all happened?
Nobody does. The High Captains have always been at each other's throats, but they've never resorted to pitched battles in the streets and creating monsters. Maybe the Arcane Brotherhood wants there to be only one High Captain. Not sure. Everybody knows the Brotherhood is the real power here, but they haven't done a damn thing about all the fighting.
Curious. Tell me of the Arcane Brotherhood.
Oh aye, sorcerers they are. They live in the host tower on their island just off the coast. Powerful, mysterious bunch. Everybody knows their real reason Luskan has the power it does. Nobody knows much else about them, though. They don't let anyone on their island, and word has it they speak only to the High Captains. Why they're letting all this fighting go on is anyone's guess. It's not like we can ask them to put a stop to it.
Tell me of these High Captains. Aren't there 5 of them?
Aha. There used to be 5 of them. Since the fighting started, 3 of them have died or gone missing. I suppose nobody really knows. There's only 2 of them left. Barum and Kurth. The 2 of them have gone mad, I've heard, doing everything they can to kill each other.
We actually heard about Kurth in one of the tales of the... Oh, was it the Northern Forward Venturing trope? Kurth was once accompanied by Lord Nasher and crew. They adventured together. So, tell me of Barum.
High Captain Barum is a slippery one. I'm not surprised he survived. He used to have his base down in the slums, but that was burnt down long ago. Some people say he's retreated down into the sewers with the rats. Don't know how much stock I put into that, though.
Very well. Tell me of Kurth.
He's the most powerful of the High Captains. Or he was, I suppose. His tower was near to the west, but that was destroyed last week. I'm told he's taken his bloody hands and barricaded himself in the West Harbor. The district's all closed off, so I'm not even sure how you would get in there now if you cared to.
Very well. What have you heard in terms of hearsay and folk rumor?
Well, some people say High Captain Barum's gone and allied with a pack of necromancers, that he summoned all the undead in the streets. Some say High Captain Kurth is working with the Brotherhood to raise an army to take over the north. Others say Luskan has the same plague as Neverwinter does, but here it's driven everyone mad. I say that's just crazy talk, though. You see what I mean, though? You can't listen to all that nonsense. Truth is, nobody knows what's going on.
Thank you. You've been quite a beacon of information. Could I perhaps pester you a bit longer?
I suppose. What do you want to know?
I don't want to ask around about cult information just yet. If I'm still a stranger here, I don't want to attract attention any more than I probably already am. So, good sir, I need directions.
I wouldn't suggest walking the streets, but it's your call.
Ah, yes. Where is the nearest temple?
You don't want the temple? It's here. It's quite a ways to the west from here. I'm not sure if any of the priests are still alive, though. So much for justice.
Very well, to the west. Is there some place nearby to buy equipment?
Well, maybe. But chances are they won't have much that hasn't been ransacked by High Captain's forces. Mirabar is closed off, so I would suggest one of the merchants' towns in the northwest.
Thank you, Arif. I must say you've been very useful. Take care.
As you wish, friend. Careful in the streets now.
What? Ellenwood. Seems a very familiar name, but I won't bother him. I have what I came for. Basic information. City is in shambles. A civil war between high captains, government in ruins, power struggles, chaos in the streets. Barum and Kurth are fighting to the death. It seems you've taken care of that rat problem. So, northwest for equipment, west for the temple. What is this? The Wink and Tickle. I'm not really sure what that could be, in terms of what the name means. What about here? Oh, good lord, even more fighting. Luskan, Mercantile, and Fine Goods. Oh, there's the temple, though, but let's get inside here, and let's just stay off the streets until the fighting subsides. Ooh. Ooh. I'm no thief. A Stone Guardian. The Merchant. And Arto Weber. This merchant keeps a close watch on his goods. A paranoia bred of true survival instincts here in Luskan. Let's speak to him. Greetings. I am Arto, a red wizard of Thay. I have numerous arcane and magical items that I would be pleased to sell you at a semi-reasonable price. Very well, let's do business. What do you have? Anything to rival that of Eltora's stock? Potentially. Potentially. So far, very basic stuff, generic stock. Nothing new. No, nothing new. But still useful. And you?
Hello there.
It is good to see a friendly face here, my lord. Since the fighting began, supplies have been scarce and customers even rarer. Well, good sir, can I see your merchandise? You have generic fighting equipment. Also very good. Yeah, very standard stuff here. Ooh, but you sell magical bags. I gotta buy them. I gotta buy them. I can't not buy them. I just can't. I can't not buy them. I have to. Storage is imperative. Very good. They will ultimately pay for themselves in terms of the weight. Each one weighs 1 pound, but they can substantially lighten the load for everything else. Well worth the weight. If I just had a bag of holding, my life would be so much easier. Why couldn't I make that at Eltora's show? My good lord. The fighting has stopped. Oh, bother. Don't want any trouble. Okay, they want trouble, though. I mean you no trouble, but you mean me trouble, so goodbye. Strange rat creatures. Hang on. The Black Knives are quick, sneaky, and dirty fighters who use every tactic they can think of to kill others without direct confrontation. When they must fight, they show no mercy.
Die at my hand!
I really want to avoid conflict here, but... oh well. Some things can't be avoided, I guess. Sap. What do you have on you? Information? Nah, just money. Alright, let's get inside. Streets are clearly a bad place to be. Temple of Tyr with a bloodstain. Alright, hang on there, Aaron. Let's get some things fixed up here first. Hang on, Aaron. Some corpses over there. Bloodstains. Divining pool. Very good. Alright, Aaron. Speak your piece.
It is good to see you at last, my friend. I fear I have terrible news. It seems that the good lady Aribeth has disappeared. We can find no trace of her.
What? When?
The Lady Paladin had been quite silent since you left port last. I thought perhaps that she had found contentment now that the cult was located. So my eye was not as close upon her as it might otherwise have been. Regardless, she used considerable skill to vanish without notice sometime after our arrival in the city. All of her gear and armor is gone as well. She prepared well and left of her own volition, though I can scarce believe it.
Yeah. She wants revenge. Well, I'll look around, but do you have any ideas where she might have gone or could be?
She has not returned to Neverwinter. Part of me wonders if perhaps she seeks to exact her own brand of vengeance upon the cultists. I cannot be certain. Aribeth was acting so strangely before her disappearance. She had an icy calm, as if the Lady Paladin had accepted an unpleasant fate.
Uh-oh.
I worry for her safety. She is not in her right mind, I fear.
I shall try to find her.
Your most important task is to find your way into the host tower, my friend. The cult must be dealt with. If you find Aribeth there, all the better. If she is not, a true search will have to wait until after your own mission is complete, no matter how much we might wish otherwise. So then, let us discuss your mission.
Very well. First off, what do you know of the Arcane Brotherhood?
Little enough, if the truth be told. The wizards search diligently for spies at every turn, so I receive only questionable news from outside the tower itself. It is known, however, that the Arcane Brotherhood are the true power in Luskan. The High Captains rule the city, but only with the wizards' leave. How the cult gained its foothold there can only be guessed at. The wizards may be allies, or indeed even members of their cause. If you do gain entrance, use extreme caution and find out all you can about their plans. Assaulting them directly may not be an option.
Alright, where do I find this host tower?
The tower lies on an island, reachable by a bridge on the northeastern shore. There are rumors of other entrances, but I have been able to find none. The bridge, however, is guarded well by both armsmen and sorcery. The wizards of the Arcane Brotherhood value their privacy.
I can imagine so. Do you have any clues as to how I get inside?
I believe I know of a way, though it is a risky path to say the least. The bridge to the tower's island is guarded by magic that is not easily bypassed. Those who wish admittance to the tower must be granted the proper pass by the wizards. Papers which are affixed with a magical seal that allows the possessor to pass unhindered by the wards. Unfortunately, the only persons which I am sure possess such a pass are the High Captains themselves.
Ah, I see where you're going now.
If you were somehow to acquire one of these documents for me, with its seal, I could easily use it to forge a similar pass for you.
Very well. I have my mission then. I'm off.
Go then, and do what you must. I wish you success.
Thank you. Wow, Aribeth missing. Yeah. I'm not really surprised about it, but still,
Hello to you.
Are you a supplicant to the just God, my lord? I bid you welcome in Tyr's name. Few of my brethren remain here, however. I am unsure I can be used to you. Do you have any healing or clerical supplies that you could sell? See what you have here. Likely sort of more similar stock. Yeah. Still, just getting my bearings. Knowing where things are, knowing what I can rely on where. Good. Very good. So for now... Who are you, Alea?
Well met.
Greetings, my lord. Such a hero as yourself is welcome within these halls. and again has asked me to aid you in your cause. Yes, Stone of Recall, which I try never to use, but still. Search for the cult. Day 1, month 09, year 1372. Through your valiant efforts, the city of Neverwinter has been saved, and what citizens it still has have been spared from the suffering of the Wailing Death. Destler, the man responsible for spreading the plague, did not act alone, however. He had substantial backing from a powerful and mysterious cult, known only to be based somewhere north of Neverwinter. With the city's long quarantine lifted, and her lover, Fenthic, hanged, Lady Aribeth has moved the base of her investigations to the township of Port Last, northernmost member of the Lord's Alliance. An important lead has been uncovered in the case, found on the body of one of the cult agents operating in the region. The cult appears to be operating out of the dreaded host tower of the Arcane, which lies at the heart of the pirate city of Luskan. The base of operations has been moved to Luskan, and Eringen reported that Aribeth mysteriously disappeared sometime after arrival. Though he felt she may have decided to take vengeance on her own, no time can be spared to search for her. That the adventurers must push on in an effort to against the cult. A heavy contingent of guards and magical wards prevents unwanted visitors from crossing the bridge to the host tower. Eringen believes he might be able to forge the necessary documents to pass a small group of adventurers off as visiting dignitaries, however. Doing so will require the official pass of one of Luskan's high captains. The city's self-proclaimed pirate kings constantly squabbling over goods and territory within the city walls. The pass has the magical seal of the Arcane Brotherhood, which Eringen hopes to be used to make a forgery. I trust his skills, but still. Situation more grim than I would have hoped for.